this shit is sweet out here. Every now and then you gotta come down and say, all right, bitch, you want to rumble, let's go. Every now and then you gotta like you said, you gotta step off your throne and go in and lead the kingdom and go into the slums with your sword in hand and be like, look, I can jump off this motherfucker. I can roll in the mud with you. Don't get it fucking twisted. And then once I let it be, and then like I said, once I took out my sword and swung it a few times and gave a few people a few lacerations and cut off a few heads, I'm gonna put my sword. I'm gonna put my sword up. I'm gonna go back in my kingdom. I'm gonna sit back on my throne and act like ain't shit happened. That's why I said once I get off this live, I'm gonna act like ain't shit happened. It's gonna be them hosting lives. It's gonna be them making posts. It's gonna be them doing more roundtable talks about me.
Did something happen this week that I missed or something?
It's been something happening every week. I just don't say nothing. It's been something that happened every week. Like I said, you got people going to you. Like I said, you had somebody had. I know for one thing, somebody had said that J.E.'s was going on Black Barbie's live talking shit.
Who?
And I was like, oh, okay. Apparently it was a couple of people talking shit. From my understanding, people mad because everybody got mad because FWA platform gave me a chance to speak my piece. Like what y'all thought that I wasn't gonna get an opportunity to do that? Y'all mad at FWA because she allowed me to speak my piece? That's what all this about. That's what all this about. And that just tells me, and if you mad because FWA gave me the opportunity to speak my piece, that tells me that you felt guilty from the start. Because it shouldn't have mattered that much to you. There was something about my story that you felt guilty about. And what sucks is the fact that you don't want it, and none of y'all want to talk to me about it. Instead, you much rather sit in your fucking feelings. But that's okay. Like I said.
Who? Okay, I'm being a little bit messy. And I've been sitting here drinking. Who are you talking about?
Don't worry about it. It ain't worth it no more. It ain't worth. Like I said, I done said the names earlier. I ain't gonna speak my piece no more. It ain't worth it no more. But they know who I'm talking about. And I know what's going to get back to them.
At the end of the day, Mike, I just want you to understand that there's grass, there's concrete, there's cars, there's trees, there's door handles to restaurants, forks, knives, all that other good stuff. There's a whole lot of stuff that we could be outside touching right now.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm going to hurry up. Like I said, I'm going to hurry up, get off this motherfucker, and do exactly that. Because look. Like I said, ain't none of them over there talking about being on some real shit. If you ain't talking about being on no real shit, we ain't got nothing else to discuss.
I mean, that's your feeling. Get it how you live. At the end of the day, you are your own person. You're your own individual. You're going to feel, you have the right, just like everybody else on this app, to think, feel, and move how you want to. So, I mean, but I just want to make sure, like, did you get everything off your chest? Did you get it off?
I got everything. Look, I like I said, I done said the names already. And I already know it's going to get back to them. Which I don't give a fuck about. Because they ain't finna do shit. They not finna knock on my door and talk about let me come holler at your player. Ain't none finna do that shit. They gonna sit on their ass in front of a camera and talk shit. That is all the fuck they're gonna do. I am not scared of that. I am not shooken by that. Hell, my damn chest hair don't even swing to that shit.
All right. Well, you understand that you gonna get some blowback.
I don't care.
Oh, all right.
Cherie, once again, answer this question. What else besides talking shit are they going to do? Nothing. Exactly. Nothing. Everybody sitting there at it, and that's the thing. We sitting here all up in our feelings talking about when we get to talking about people, we sitting there talking about, oh no, you don't want to do that. You want to talk about this person, they gonna drag you. Okay, and you don't want to talk about this person. They might have a funeral for you. Okay, and oh wow, I'm scared of a picture of my head being in a casket on somebody's backdrop. Oh wow, I'm so scared of my face being on somebody's backdrop. Wow, I'm so scared that 9 people want to hop in a fucking panel and talk about me. Wow, that sends shivers down my fucking spine. Come on now. And these people talking about, oh, that's some gangster shit. That is not no gangster shit. I come from the land where we call that bitch ass nigga shit. That's what that is. That's why, like I said, even my family sat there and said, bro, we can end this shit. Cause my family is on some real shit. They don't like that whole bumping gums back and forth ass shit that motherfuckers do on this app.
Man, like I said, I know this has been one hell of a year for you.
It has, boy. And all I can say is that for me, I think 2024 will not be about if God were to ask me what I would, how do I say it? If God were to ask me what could I say about the year 2024, I would tell him, I say, you know what? It's not about how I started. It's about how I'm gonna finish it.
Right.
My fall and my winter is going to be greater than my spring and my summer.
Okay.
And that is what I am bent on making happen. And I am, and you know, like I give you updates behind the scenes periodically, and you know I'm close. I'm dangerously close. So that's why I say it. And again, it is because of that. It's because of the fact that I'm dangerously close to making something glorious happen in my real life. Mm-hmm. That's the reason why I rarely entertain the BS that has happened all year long. But again, like I said, every now and then a motherfucker gotta let a motherfucker know what it's really about.
So answer me this. What is one thing? What's the main thing? Like we're in November, right? Year pretty much up. You know, we're in month 11. Got one more month to go. In a couple of weeks, whatever. But Mike, like, what is one thing that you have learned in general, and one thing that you've learned about yourself this year?
When you say learn, are you talking about like from all of the situations I've been in?
Just based on the year period, like
Oh, well, shit. Oh, man, I learned so much shit. I learned so much.
What
I
have
learned
you
so much
learned?
shit. It ain't even funny. Man, look, I've learned number one that that word friend is sacred. That word friend, that word friend is a word that people need to rarely use because everybody ain't your damn friend. I learned I learned that in my reality, there's something I learned in my reality too. And in my reality, I've learned that my family got my back harder than what I thought. Because, I always knew that my family had my back. But when that shit went down earlier this year, all the way up to now, when I tell you my family was locked down, they were locked and fucking loaded because they did not like the shit that people were saying on this app. I had a lot of them that were pissed. And when I tell you I am a member of a massive hornet's nest, I mean that. And that hornet's nest was buzzing. I'm talking buzzing hard. And it felt, but you know what though? I felt good about that because of the fact that it showed me how solid my family is. I love my fucking family. I love them. And the ones who I truly call friend, like yourself, Cherie, I fucking love y'all because y'all were locked and loaded too. Everybody was locked and loaded because nobody liked the shit that was going on this app. Especially after hearing the whole story, nobody liked it.
I will say this, like, you were telling me things that were occurring as it happened, and then the shit would come out on the app like a couple of days later or a week later. So I already knew because you already had told me, and then
Yeah.
the spin that I saw that happened on the app, I was like, oh well, okay. But you know me, look.
But here's the thing though. Even with that, you still let it be known, like, hey, like, and you was like, hey, like Mike, what you said was a little fucked up, you know what I'm saying? But and I took that. But at the same time,
What's recording was some fucked up shit.
yeah, like I mean, you weren't afraid to tell me whenever I did something fucked up. You weren't afraid to tell me, yeah, Mike, you did something fucked up. But at the same time, the difference between you and everybody else is that you didn't judge me or you didn't turn your back on me because of that one fucked up thing. You know what I'm saying? You actually you understood that I do fucked up shit, but that doesn't define me as a person. Does that make sense?
It does. It makes
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's where I was, and that's what hurt me the most. And I ain't gonna I will say that that is what hurt me when it came to a lot of people on this app. A lot of people who I considered my friends turned their back on me because of one incident without actually truly getting to know the type of person that I am. And that's what's fucked up. That's
you
what
know
that's what's
what?
fucked up.
And amen, hallelujah. And you're right about everything that you said. But at the same time, at the same token, Mike. Okay, let me back up. Messed up stuff happens to all of us. That's just a part of life. That's a part of growing up. That's a part of being an adult. You're gonna have messed up stuff happen to you in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, so on and so forth. Like that's just a part of life. You have hills and you got valleys. You know, that's just life, right?
Right.
The reason why I asked you, hey, like, what did you learn? Because you know, we grow every day. We learn every single day, man. And there was a lot of injustices that happened to you.
A lot.
A lot. I'll give you that. But there was a lot of instances where you didn't make it no better.
I know. I know. Trust me.
Okay. You know, like, okay, me personally, I don't have no problem with nobody except one person. You know who that is. I done told you the one person that I got a problem with on this app.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
you cool with him, but I ain't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, I ain't got no problem with nobody on this app. You know what I'm saying? Like shit happens. It happens. You know, the only thing that you can do, and like I said, like I've watched your range of emotion. You done went from 0 to 10 this whole goddamn year, and you ain't stayed on one number. Every day is something different. It's been a whole lot that you have felt. It's been a whole lot that you have dealt with. You know, there's a lot of situations that happened that shouldn't have happened, but they happened because, you know, God probably wanted to teach you a lesson that you needed to learn going forth in life. Shit, fuck it, I don't know.
I'll say this though. One of I ain't gonna hold you. One of the lessons I learned was to not. One lesson that I did learn was to not give so much of yourself to people that don't deserve it. Sometimes sometimes you gotta let that shit. You got. I mean, I would say this, like you gotta let people earn your shit. They gotta earn it. Another thing that I learned was that I learned to finally put myself first, to put my happiness first. Sometimes I gotta, you know that my heart is big, and I've always put there's been many times where I put my happiness on the wayside for the sake of other people. And so another thing that I learned was that, you know, sometimes I gotta be selfish with my happiness.
And that's okay. And that's something that you have to do from time to time. I'm not saying, like, you know, we all know we got family members, friends, acquaintances, all that other stuff that, you know, they're thoughtful people, but at the same time, they pretty selfish. You know, that is okay. It's okay for me to give to you when I have something to give, but if I have nothing to give, then you ain't getting shit from me, and I don't have to sugarcoat that shit. I ain't got it to give, motherfucker. Leave me alone right now.
Right. Right.
All right, you ain't gotta be. You don't have to sugarcoat everything. You know, people's feelings are their feelings. People are responsible for their own shit, their own feelings. They responsible for their own stuff. So, I mean, if I say something to you that you didn't like, rub you the wrong way, made you feel some kind of way, you know, it's your duty to let me know. Hey, you know, I don't like the way you said that. You know, you made me feel some kind of way. And I will be sincere.
My thing is this though, and I guess this is the part that a lot of people don't understand, especially on this app. You can say whatever you want to say to me, Just be respectful about it. That's all I ask. If you got a grievance, my thing is this: if you got any grievances that relate to me, then spill them. You can hop up here right now and spill them. My thing is be respectful. That's my only requirement. As long as you respectful, I ain't gonna have nothing else to say. I ain't gonna have, you're not gonna get any pushback from me. But it's the moment that you start to become disrespectful and you start to call me out my name, or you start to,
No.
you know what I'm saying? When you start crossing that line, that's when I have a problem.
Hey, there's been time and time again. I've came to you, be like, Mike, I didn't like this. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I would never be like, you know what, that was a hoe ass move, or, you know, you look bitch made. Or I would never say something like that to somebody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, word choice is a thing. I don't have to agree with you. One, black folk, people in general, actually, we're not a monolith, you know. And what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I mean, there's a lot of things that, like I said, and I've told you this before, when it comes to like the messy side of TikTok and certain, shoot, even a little bit of debate talk, to be honest with you, you know, what's wrong is right and what's right is wrong. And, you know, I see a lot of people give a lot of misinformation. I see a lot of things that just based on experience and just being a little bit older and just knowing better. Like I see things that I'm like, okay, I wouldn't tell such and such that, but hey, you know, I stay out of young folk business. I'm not trying to tussle with nobody. You know what I'm saying? But Mike, you just gotta. You just gotta leave it on the flow, dog. Leave it on the flow.
Always. Always. But you know, once I leave it on the floor, but just know, but you know me, when I leave something on the floor, sometimes I gotta body slam that motherfucker. I body slam a motherfucker, then I leave it on the floor. Depending the circumstance.
I understand.
You know, there are some things where I look at and I be like, you know what, whatever, I'll let that shit lay on the floor. But then, you know, but every now and then, you know, you got a little frog that wants to jump, and so it's like you gotta take that frog and slam that some bitch down, and then you leave it on the floor. But it's like, but again, like. But again, like what you were saying earlier, I know sometimes I be saying shit that don't make nothing no better. I know I'm guilty of that. I know I'm guilty of that. But at the end of the day, here's the thing: when you are an individual who pretty much the majority of your life, you have people try to shut you up. You have people try to tell you, oh, you can't say that, you can't do that. People try to keep you quiet every time you have an opinion, or when you have something on your mind. That's what makes me want to do these things. Because every time I got something to say, people want to suppress my voice. And that's probably why, and hence why, that's one of the reasons why I call myself Mike the Voice. Because my voice is just as important as anybody else. In fact, it was my very, and I'll tell you what, it was actually my therapist that gave me light to the name Mike the Voice, because in one of her first sessions, one of my first sessions with her, one of the thing that she said to me was, use your voice, speak your truth. And that is what Mike the Voice is all about. Using my voice and speaking my truth. No matter how no matter how hard or soft or cute or ugly it is. I'm going to speak my truth. I'm going to speak how I feel. I'm going to do as I please. I'm going to grab life by the fucking throat and I'm going to put it in a stranglehold and I'm going to demand that it gives me every fucking thing that I want in this life and fuck everybody else. That's the type of time I'm on.
As you should be.
And if I say something and I do something that has you offended, that makes you feel a certain way, at the end of the day, once again, y'all are grown ass men and women. If you feel a certain way about it, there's the panel. You feel a certain way about it. The DMs are open. Just as long as you respectful to me, I'll be respectful to you. But the moment you disrespectful, just know that's when you fucked up. But understand, understand when you wronged me, when you crossed me, when I feel like you betrayed me, however I respond is how I respond.
And that's what it is. I mean, when somebody comes for you, I'm in full agreement. If somebody comes for you and you did not send for them, how you respond is how you respond.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but you also already know when you respond, then you become the bad guy because they wanted to pitch a tent. And you created it into a whole motherfucking circus and you clowned all fucking day and night. They don't like that.
Right. And again, that's the stupid ass law that we have on this app. That's the stupid ass law that we have on social media. The fact that some of us that people can hop on here and talk about you and call you everything but the child of God. But the moment you decide to stand up and defend yourself and defend your honor and take your power back, now all of a sudden you the evil one. But you wasn't but you weren't evil for wishing unalignment on them. You weren't evil for threatening them. You weren't evil for talking about the way that they looked. You weren't evil for DOXing them. You weren't evil for trying to get in touch with government services on them. You weren't evil for trying to get authorities on them for no fucking reason. You weren't evil for trying to get somebody to swat their house. You weren't evil for doing none of the shit that you're doing. You weren't evil for putting their face and their name and their likeness in a backdrop and letting any and everybody talk shit about them. You weren't evil for doing none of that. But the moment that person that you're talking about decides to come back and match energy with you, now all of a sudden they the evil one. Again, this is why I say I am so glad that nobody on it, that none of y'all on this app are in positions of power.
Was that a whole bunch of hypotheticals that you listed, or was this like things that really happened?
These are things that really happened. Look at all. I mean, and these are things that I have seen happen over the course of, well, shit. If we want to be, I mean, if we want to be real, I've been seeing this happen. I've been seeing shit like this happen all 4 years I've been on this app. But if you want to be technical, but if you want to get critical here, I done seen that shit happen when in the course of a year and a half. People getting doxxed for no reason. People getting child protective services getting called on them for no reason. People getting people's house getting swatted for no reason. People getting sent unalignment threats for no reason. And all because, and here's the, and you know what's similar about all of those stories? The catalyst was the fact that somebody said something on this app that somebody else did not like. That was the only crime committed. All because somebody got on this app and said something that the masses did not like. This is why I say y'all, and this is why I say y'all some weak ass bitches. A lot of y'all some weak ass bitches for that shit. Why the hell would you do some dumb shit like that? All because of the fact that somebody said something that you didn't like. Y'all are weak. A lot of you are weak. And it's okay. It's okay. But don't get on here and try to be some Billy Badass and sit here talking about who you gonna roll up on and who you gonna pull up on, who you gonna catch a flight to, when that's really not who you are. You would rather solve your problems evasively instead of directly.
You do know that they do have people on the app that's about that life. They just quiet.
Yeah, there's a very few of them. There's only one in my 4 years. In my 4 years of being on this app, I've only seen one person actually roll up on somebody, and that happened about a month or so ago. You know what I'm talking. You know what I'm talking about.
I wasn't trying to laugh, but shit.
That was the only, in my 4 years of being on this app, that was the only time I've seen somebody, when somebody said they was gonna pull up, they actually did it. Come on now.
And we talking about an off the app situation. Ain't nothing that's been brought to the app. This is an off the app situation.
Yes, it is an off the app situation.
This shit was funny though. Man,
it was funny. It was fucking. I was in fucking tears at that shit.
Okay.
I was in tears.
Yeah, that's my only point. Like, there are people on this app that, a lot of people get on, they get on their lives and they be like, well, I'm gonna pull up, did that. Okay. The ones that I know that actually pulls up, they come in cousins and they don't say nothing.
Man, look, again, when we talking about common cousins, we talking about a group of people that want the drama and the chaos to continue, but they don't want to be a part of the drama and the chaos. To me, the common cousins are the weakest people in the room. Because how you gonna sit there? How you gonna sit there behind pictures of skeletons and bones and pickles and clowns and all other type of shit, but you got the most to say in the comments? You have the absolute most to say.
If you say, because they're the ones that pay.
Yeah.
That's why they got the most to say, because they the ones that pay.
I don't give a damn how much they pay. I don't give a damn if you somebody that hops up in here and hands me $1,000 every time you see me. But at the end of the day, damn it, you are just, unless you got a profile picture of yourself showing your real self, you are disqualified from talking shit about anybody. That's my opinion on that. You can't sit there. You can't sit here and get in somebody's live and start hopping up and start doing backflips, cartwheels, and somersaults in the comments. All because you done gave somebody a $50 cash app, and you know how much I despise that, Sheree. You can't hop up in somebody's live, throw somebody a few dollars on a cash app or on Venmo or on PayPal, and then automatically think you qualified to talk shit about any and everybody. No, homie, that is not why all mind you, while you hiding your face. No, my dude. Come from behind them illustrations that you got that's hiding your face. Then you can talk shit. Matter of fact, no, hop in a panel and turn your camera. Before you can talk shit, you gotta hop in a panel and turn your camera on. That's my requirement. Don't be hopping up in here and talking shit about somebody, but at the same time you too bitch made to hop up there and actually say it to them with your whole chest, with your camera on.
You know, and that's what I be on. Like, I'm not about to sit here and go back and forth with somebody that ain't even got a split-second video of themselves on their page, and they ain't got no picture up. You beating on your chest, you letting your nuts hang, you letting your titties swing,
Yeah.
but
But
you hiding.
no. Right. But this is where, but you know what though? I don't know about you, but this has been a good purge for me. I done got all my shit filtered out. I'm finna, after the night, I'm gonna get back to my normal self and I'm gonna have fun again. And I'm gonna continue on with my platform. I'm gonna continue on with my journey. I'm gonna continue on with what I got going on in my reality. And I'm not gonna give any one of these motherfuckers the slightest thought. But can I be petty one more time?
I mean, it's your live. I'm just here to converse. So go ahead.
I'm gonna be petty one more time, and then I'm gonna drop this shit with everybody. This goes out to every single one of y'all. Every single one of y'all that's been talking shit since April. Every single one of y'all that's been hosting lives about me. Every single one of y'all that's made posts about me. Every single one of y'all that's made stitches about me. Every single one of y'all that got mad because I was in FWA's live the other week. Every last one of y'all that got mad because I defended myself. Every last one of y'all that thought that the trauma of a 304 was more important than my child's honor. Every last one of y'all that turned your fucking back on me. Every last one of y'all that called yourself a fucking friend, a fucking supporter. Only to start running and betray me, all because of one thing that you heard. All of y'all that sat there and called me bro, called me brother, called me big brother, and then turned on me. Every last one of y'all that sat there, even better, every last one of y'all that thought that my situation was so detrimental, but at the same time, y'all got people in y'all's panel that did things far worse than I did. Like what happened? I ain't gonna put her story out there, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all got people in y'all's panel right now that did shit far worse than I ever could. But y'all give them a pass. Y'all got people that beat on their kids, that beat on their wives, that are messed around with minors, that done stalked black women on this app. One individual that put sugar in a sister's tank because he couldn't get her number, and y'all still let that motherfucker in y'all panel. Every last one of y'all that's got dangerous and detrimental men and women in y'all's panel, but y'all gave them a fucking pass. To every last one of y'all that fall underneath that category, this is how I send y'all off. With a song. Listen carefully. This is what I think of y'all. We're gonna continue on with the good times. We're gonna continue on with the success. We're gonna continue on being peaceful, blessed, carefree, all that good shit. So y'all, so yeah, Cherie, once again, thank you so much for being here.
I got your back.
Amen to that. So y'all, with that being said, y'all take care. God bless. Be the very best at everything that you do. I am Mike the Voice, and and always remember, I don't have an aura because I am the aura. You feel me? Y'all be safe. Y'all take care. Love y'all. The voice is spoken. Do what